Alright, so here we are again. Got some issues that I don't know what's going on with this thing, but look at here. This reservoir, it's got two sides, or what I understand. It's got your pressure side over here and then your reservoir side. And you know, your little blow by or bypass tube right here, and comes out your thermostat there. There's the reservoir part, hose, comes out to your water pump. Anyway, long story short, this thing is, I think I put a video up earlier, but this reservoir will be at normal levels, and you shut it off and it just like disappears, like 2 inches of it just disappears out of there. I don't know where it's going. I haven't figured it out. It's not using any water after you shut it off and leave it for a few hours, overnight, a day, and then you just loosen that cap. You get it, see a little bit of pressure. I mean, it's probably maybe the sun here because this tank is empty right now, but the level will come back up. So I've heard all kinds of things. This is a Cummins. This is a ISX 15 originally at birth. It identifies a little differently now, of course, and it's kind of dirty. Look over here. I've had some other things going on, but where is the coolant going? And then what the strangest thing about this is that lately it can be the coolant will be right there at the minimum, a little bit over minimum mark, right there about that case line. Normal, setting still for an hour or 30 minutes, or it don't matter, whatever. But as soon as you take off going up the road, the coolant light on the dash comes on. So if you stop, you can crack that cap and bleed it just a little bit. The level comes back up and you're good to go, and you go. And you can run for, as long as if you basically don't stop, you can drive for 2 or 3 days solid. It doesn't matter. It will never change. But as soon as you stop for 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, whatever, and take off, the coolant level goes down and the light comes on. I don't know. It's just killing me. I don't know what to do. I've asked all kinds of people. I've done a test of the combustion gas test. You put the little cipher up here, looks like a baby bottle with a plump, the bulb on top, and pump it for gas escaping from the combustion chamber. And it's I don't know if I got the right test or not. I could put the fluid in it, and it says if it doesn't change the color, there's no problem. On the gas engine it turns yellow. On a diesel engine it's supposed to turn green. Well, it's not going green. It's not the exact same shade of blue from the test liquid, but I don't know, something else is strange going on. So I'm going to do some tests here in a few minutes. I've been racking my brain on this thing. I got another reservoir. Somebody said them things can crack inside if they're cheap reservoirs and they can bleed pressure over. I don't know. Somebody said air compressor. That makes sense. So I'm going to do a little test here in a few minutes and try to isolate both of them and see what happens before I start throwing hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Out there, the reservoir is already $250 for that thing. I got another thermostat. That was 85 bucks. I've already changed it once, but when the last time I changed it, it done good for about 2 weeks. I don't know what the problem is. And I got some other things going on here. I got to change the alternator. This thing is making an awful whining, roaring noise. And these bolts that was originally here, I never got them out, and I just put these holes right here because this is a hose I'm gonna have to use for a new alternator. And I had to end up cutting the threads a little bit off of them because they was a little bit gnarled up, and had some aluminum stuff. It's just dirty. I couldn't find no new ones, so I just do the best you can. That's what I mean. So anyway, I'm going to take this apart and isolate the reservoir and the radiator and test two things. Test, for one, that the combustion gases out of the cylinders, if they're coming through into the coolant system, and then I'm going to isolate the air compressor and see if that has any differences in it. So we'll see what happens in a few minutes. Alright, so here we're back again, and I'm going to do some testing on this thing. I went ahead and took the reservoir box off. I've got to figure out where or how the little bit of pressure that's going into the reservoir, is it the box, is it the thermostat, is it the head gasket, has it dropped the liner? Or is it the air compressor? I don't know. I've got to figure this out. So this is what I've done. This is the first test I'm gonna do. I have, and this is something, I see a little bit of wetness on that discharge hose coming out top of the air compressor. Yeah, it's a little wet in there too. That's kind of got me a little concerned. Anyway, I disconnected a discharge outlet pressure on top of the air compressor. Right here is the inlet or the suction that comes off the intake. So the air compressor is technically disabled. It will not pump no air into the system, and that's something I want to eliminate. So over here on this side, this is what I've done. So I got the boxes off. I got the thermostat outlet exposed. Right here is the overflow or the bypass, thermostat bypass, and right here is the hose that goes down to the water pump. And this is what I'm gonna do. This is a little weird, abnormal. Oh yeah. The water pump, I have eliminated that out of the equation also. Oh, and something else. Where I'm changing the alternator. Listen. Okay, one more time here. I can't hit the belt. Hear that roaring? I don't know. I've been getting some weird readings. I don't know. It's kind of spiked a couple times, but that's the reason I'm changing that. Now, this is what I'm going to do. This is what makes this test. It's probably so not your regular test, but I'm going to take these bad boys. Yeah. Woo. Anyway, I'm going to take some condoms because they're light. They're super pliable. They're easy to yeah, they're easy to do a lot of things with. I'm gonna put them on top of the outlet of the thermostat housing, on the thermostat bypass hose, and the one going to the bottom of the water pump. I don't think this is gonna be a problem, but this hose, the bypass, and the thermostat housing, I'm gonna put these condoms on here and see if any pressure Alright, anyway, so the video cut off my memory card again. I got one condom on here, and probably should have got the big ones like I normally get. Those, anyway, it broke apart once or twice. I got it on there. Got one on here on the bypass, taped it up, and one on here. And so it's time to start this unit and see what happens. I guess that's one interesting way to test something out. That one right there finally got stiff. And look at this dude right here. You can take about to pop to a whole new level. Of course, I haven't figured that one open because it's you know, thermostat hasn't opened yet, of course. But wonder what it would do. I mean, this is the bypass and all the water pump. I mean, it's not pumping. Not good, not good, not good. All right, a little bit more testing. I don't know. I've got to do something to make sure this is it. When you're doing it on your own and, you know, the best you can with what you've got, I'm disconnecting everything off top of this air compressor, water hoses in and out to completely, hopefully isolate this. And I guess I'm gonna have to tape these up or something, so see what it does. It's taking off the crankcase filter and all this, so we're continuing on. The reason I took the end tank off and the crankcase, those fittings on there for that water line, man, you just can't get to them no way, and they're tight. I mean, super tight fit. I don't know what you got to take off. I'm just a little bit at a time. Too long with the air compressor not getting coolant, but let's just see for a minute. We're back to not good, not good. Well, I guess there's no sense in going any further with that. I tapped off those lines, coolant lines going to the air compressor, to eliminate anything from the air compressor, unless I don't think no other way that air can get into the block. So with that being said, here we are, look. Our little makeshift redneck condom. I mean, watch this guy right there. Watch when I squeeze it. Look at that. So definitely air something. Any thoughts, comments, suggestions, please leave them in the comments and let's talk about it.